I want to I fucking the Republicans with that religious shit, with that religious right. Get the fuck. I'm sick of it. That's where they lose me every time. Mind your business.
It is infuriating.
Leave gays alone. Stop with the fucking the obsession with God and family. Go fuck yourself.
That's why you can't have these conservative Republicans, conservative Christian Republicans are just as bad as those fucking panty waist, bedwetting liberal.
They're the fucking most enraging, annoying.
Democrats. Yeah, but I fucking hate the liberals so much.
I do too, but I have a weird hatred for liberals. It's almost like it's irrational. And when I hate the fact that I think what I hate about liberals so much is, to me, you guys who are listening who are liberal, I feel like you are supposed to represent freedom of all thought, and you don't. And that's what bothers me. Like the conservatives, I despise those religious conservatives.
Yeah.
But I know what they are. I feel like you guys are not what you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
I don't want to hate liberals. I really agree with them on most issues.
There's so much dishonesty with liberals and these conservative Christians. They put it right out there. They'll stand there and say and anybody that has an abortion is going to burn in hell. And shut up. I love abortions. Just fucking get rid of all these pieces of shit. Fucking kids that are going to amount to nothing.
I love abortion.
I love the
That's a great platform to run under.
The first doctor that performed the first abortion should have a statue built to him. Man, with just the fucking goo in his hands. Fucking poor guy's got to figure out how to chisel marble into goop.
or no, you just have the guy, he's holding a little teeny baby Tootsie over a fucking a marble glad bag. And he's smiling, and the mother is frowning, and the father is doing a jumping jack in the air with his hands up. Yay!
Perfect statue. Who doesn't love a good abortion? Yeah. Oh man,
1,000 dumbbells stopped.
Yes, worthless fucking 1,000 fucking just burdens.
I do like shifting from pro-choice to just pro-abortion.
Yes.
Like, you don't have to...
It's not pro-choice.
Abortions for everyone.
Pro-abortion. I'm not pro-choice. I'm pro-abortion.
And you know what? Pro-life people are also anti-abortion. Just say the word. Yeah. Nobody wants to say the word.
They don't want it. It's a dirty word.
They're all fucking cowards.
We're pro-life. No,
Who isn't?
Anti-abortion.
Yeah.
I like life. I'm here.
Yeah. One likes a little life, but, boy, get those abortions. We're just chatting about abortions there, Mr. Burr. I'm pro-abortion. I love the fact that people can get them, they get them, and it's less fucking burdens walking around this planet that are going to cash $2,500 lottery tickets using my identification, and now I'm liable for the taxes on it. Cocksucking Philly cunts.
Did you get mugged by a baby?
No, but I'm sure that guy that was cashing that lottery ticket, if he was an aborted baby.
Do you wish he had been aborted?
I wish his mother, not even an abortion. I wish her fucking husband or baby daddy before he obviously left, kicked that mother in the stomach. And he fell out like so much fucking Jello.
So you almost said like so many nickels and dimes.
Like so many nickels and dimes.
Well, how about that fucking abortion doctor in Philly that was just doing the horrible ones? You know what I mean? Like he'd just, pinch a girl's nose and pull the kid out. It was horrendous.
Hold your breath.
Leaving arms in the pussy. He was a terrible guy.
Oh, yeah, you can't leave anything behind.
Terrible.
Got to get it all out. Yeah, some guy fucking used, and this is going back 2009. And it was all dealt with. I went to the police and had people look. I looked at the surveillance tape. They were asking me, do you know who this is? I'm like, no. He's just some fucking skill dirtbag Philly cocksucker using my ID. He had two. Wow, what a luckiest guy ever. He buys 2 lottery tickets, and they both win for $2,500. The max you're allowed to cash in every day in Philly, in Pennsylvania lottery. He's got his picture with my name and address on it. Doesn't have my social security number, though. And goes to the counter, and without, the proper social security number and ID, and it's from New York and everything, the person cashes the other idiot behind the counter cashes it 2 days in a row, $2,500.
Oh, and then they tax you.
So now I get audited. My 2009 return now is getting shit on.
How do you think they got your ID?
I don't know. It's not hard to get. It's in this day and age.
Could you do it through? Do you think people have
Fake
connections
ID?
in DMV, like in motor
Could be,
vehicles, and they
course.
kind of
It's shit like that. There's plenty of computers. Believe me, you find anything. You'll find anything.
Do you do a lot of stuff online where you swipe your credit card?
No, I don't swipe it on my computer.
Do you hold your driver's license up during your radio program?
No.
In the compound?
No, don't do that at all. Hold it up to the camera. Hey, check this out. Snap a picture. Screen cap. Screen cap this. No, they used a fake ID with his picture, and they chose my fucking name and address. And
so when they bust this guy, they didn't try to do some sort of paper trail
They
to
didn't bust the fucking guy. He was on surveillance tape, but he's first of all, he looks like 80 other skells that day that were performing some kind of fucking bullshit.
Did he rip you off in 1940?
Yeah.
He spelled skell.
Oh, love that word.
The most interesting part of this story is that when you win the lottery in Philly, it's $5,000.
Yeah, $5,000.
They don't have one of those bigger ones where maybe you could get yourself a bungalow?
Well, good thing they didn't. I'd owe taxes on $1 million.
No, you wouldn't have.
So they say now that I owe taxes on that, but now it's not even that.
Yeah, but
I
you're going to say
understand that.
this isn't
Yeah,
me.
Yeah, but that's just it. Now I have to go and get the police report from the cops. I got to deal with people. I got to fucking send it to an IRS agent that only wants to fuck me over. So now he's got to
you can't serve two masters here, Anthony. You're all about technology. You know, and if you don't want this shit to happen.
But I'm anti-tax and anti-government.
We got to go back the other way.
Which way?
Okay, you with your iPad and all your little doodads.
iPhone.
You were asking for it.
I was? Just putting too much trust in the system on the grid?
Yeah.
Putting
You
too
know
much
what's the
info on the
funniest
grid?
one is people who bank online. You're out of your fucking mind.
I do bank online.
But it doesn't even matter because
I do, too.
don't, but all my information's on there anyways, just in case I want to. It's like, dude, is it even my fucking money? Is it
all
even
there.
my money? Can I make
No.
that decision?
Yeah, you
Fucking
can.
assholes. And they're like the major, like the corporations and shit. They're just like your parents trying to bust you for the latest drugs. Like they have no idea.
Yeah.
Is that the wacky tobacco? That's them trying to stop hackers. Hackers are like 10 years in the future on those guys.
What
If
are
they
you
want to
doing?
get your stuff, they can get it. That's why I don't mind banking online, because they get through bank security. Like, if they want it, they're going to get it. It's like they can get through the fucking Bank of America or Chase. They
and
can
it
get
is
through.
insured. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like any other.
And they will be able to
Oh,
operate.
yeah. Insurance. That's a great thing
You
to
don't
fall
like the FDIC?
It is until it isn't.
It is until it isn't.
That's how that shit works.
What do you?
I
bet-
have hurricane insurance. Yeah, listen, too many people in your neighborhood got their houses knocked down. Go fuck yourself. Sue us.
Bill's
But-
sleeping on
but
a
I-
mattress full of cash.
But I paid the premium. Go fuck yourself there, Drowny.
It's what we call an act of God that we don't cover. Sorry. But I was paying the premiums.
All of it's set. All
and
of it's
thank you
set.
for that. Thank you for being a loyal customer for this many years.
Hey, if you got frequent flyer miles, you got till Tuesday to use them.
Yeah.
But those were mine. Go
That's the
fuck
biggest-
yourself.
that's
Go
the biggest
fuck
scam ever
Dude,
with the
all
airlines.
All of it.
Yeah.
Nothing is insured. You just hope it is. They just tell you. Dude, the two biggest banks in two biggest buildings in every fucking city is going to be a bank and an insurance company. They don't get that way by giving you any fucking money. It's the dumbest shit. We all work our asses off, and at the end of the week, you're picturing you're giving it to a bank. You're giving it to other people. They're criminals. They're fucking counterfeiters. They fucking screwed up the entire economy, and they gave them the houses back to do it all over again. It's hilarious.
And you give them your money.
Yeah,
hoping
it's like that guy
gonna
who
be
fucked
there.
you over.
Yeah.
Who just fucked you over,
Yeah.
okay? And you're trying to clear everything up, and then next week, would you give him your driver's license?
No.
Yes. Well, that's basically, as far as my little intelligence on this, as far as I can tell, the same guy's got the houses right back again. Now, you guys better not do that again.
There's no recourse for the people anymore.
But you can
They're
get,
too
dude, if
big
you
for a
argue
spanking.
right, you can you can get what you want. When I went into the bank, and I was telling them before you came in about a problem I had when I closed out my mortgage, and they applied the wrong payment wrong, and I knew I wasn't going to get them another $1,000, and they fucking wanted $1,000 out of it. And
Yeah, because you're running off the plantation.
but I
shit.
went in and I sat there with the fucking bank manager, and we got the people on the phone and made them do the research. And if you are willing to sit there and fucking go back and forth with them, they'll usually Because as much as they don't care about you or your fucking money, like government contractors, they also don't have enough invested to fuck you because the guy you're talking to is not the one making the profit.
So how long did you have to sit there and beg them not to steal
I
from
didn't.
you?
I was.
I want to hear this feel-good story. How many people did you have to talk to before they didn't try to
I didn't beg
turn
them.
you upside down? I'm not giving you shit. I'm talking about how you paid off the fucking mortgage.
Yes.
Upstanding citizen right here. Goddamn American flag flying right behind him.
Yeah.
Right? And then you still have to go in there and beg them not to steal another $1,000.
But it wasn't.
Right.
I tell you what it was. It was absolute incompetence because I had the bank manager on my side. Like this was done online. Like I mean, not online on the phone.
Has the incompetence ever worked in your favor? That's what I want to know. Did they
we
ever
were just
accidentally
talking about
fuck
that.
up and give you
No.
a grand?
We were talking about that and how
They
if that
catch it.
happens, they always catch that one.
Yep.
And they'll be on it going, letting you know what date, the time of day you came in, and they handed you too much money.
They were taking an extra $50 out of my account for fucking years. It's something when I moved to LA, I had this account, and I just left a little bit of money in something. So, like an asshole, I wasn't paying attention. But then I finally caught them, and they've been doing it for like a year and a half. And then when I caught them, they go, "Yeah, we're sorry, sir. Our records only go back 3 months."
Really?
It's like, really? You're holding on to millions and millions of dollars here, and
With
you can't
3 months of records.
You can't tell me what happened in March.
Yeah.
So then I had to go through all that bullshit, and
They try to wear you down to where you just say, fuck it.
But you will get what you want. And I tell you, the fucking bank manager, he was actually, the location guy was great because he knew I was right. He goes, he talked to them and they did the fucking thing. She told me what they had done. They had applied it to escrow. I probably would have wound up getting it back anyway because they refund your escrow. But it was just the idea that they couldn't just immediately cross-reference on the computer and see what happened. It's like, you fucking lying motherfuckers. Because again, if you give me too much money, you immediately know where that money went.
Day they'll
Always.
know. Oh, we gave that guy too much money. Let's check on the computer. Yeah,
get down here by 11 before we charge you with the crime.
Yeah.
AT&T was charging me when I went to Montreal last year. They were charging me because I got the package international thing, so you don't get raped on the fucking thing.
On the roaming.
And I remember taking it off for a year because again, like you, I wasn't paying attention. They were charging me, so they just refunded me over $1,000 fucking dollars. Because I said I want interest too. I want all the taxes I paid.
Wow.
I think I said the taxes on the interest. The taxes I paid on that money, everything back, and they gave it back to me. Over $1,000. If you're adamant enough with them, and you know what you're talking about, they will almost always, if you're right, give you back.
If I can keep myself calm, I just use the magic word unacceptable.
Dude,
that's
yes!
unacceptable.
Yes!
It's unacceptable.
It's unacceptable.
And you can't lose your mind. You can't curse.
Yeah.
So what they do is, I think that they're trying to make you mad. So you curse and then
they go, sir,
yeah, we can't.
sir.
I can't listen to that language. And they hang.
I shan't,
Yeah.
yeah.
You got to go all the
Unacceptable.
way back to start.
I use that in the bank. I was on a speakerphone with the bank manager, and I said that's absolutely unacceptable. I said unacceptable about 30 times. Exactly the word I used.
You know what?
Absolutely.
Completely unacceptable.
You know how they have the Geek Squad for computers? They should have like the Geek Squad for something like that. To complain and be able to keep you cool and just be a bunch of old people from the greatest generation. It's absolutely ridiculous. And they just fight for you and they just sit
Fight
there.
for you, yeah. Yeah, they're like your proxy.
Well,
they just get on the phone.
never.
Well,
Good night.
Well, you have a lot of moxie, don't you?
My hands hurt. Just finally, just get her out of here. Give them 10%.
I don't like going through the bullshit you have to go through. Like Bill said, so they don't hang you upside down and shake you down. It's your burden of proof. Now you got to go up there. They're the ones with all the information.
If you fuck up, if they fucked up and gave you extra money, that shit. If you didn't spend the money, would be out of your account immediately.
Yeah.
But if there's a fuck up on their end, I mean, that's going to be 4 business days.
Yeah, and we have to. Do you have the form or any record of the?
I'm
No,
sorry,
you have
sir.
it.
This has to be processed in Saskatchewan.
You're the bank. You're the one with all the paperwork and everything like that. Why do I have to come up with shit and bring it to you? It's in your building somewhere or
Sir,
in your computer.
I understand that you're upset, but this is just
Fuck
the
you.
way.
Click.
And you know what helps
not the
though?
way.
Do you know what helps too in those situations where I'm furious and I'll say to the person, look, I know this. I'm not saying I know this is not your fault. This is not your doing. a lot of times because they're a person just being yelled at.
And they go, no, it is. But I was
yes,
the one personally
we're actually
that
stealing
fucked you
from
over.
you.
Yes, you caught me.
But no, that actually helps a lot because that makes the person want to help you a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because then they know that it's being screamed at by some maniac. You're like, they're like, I understand your frustration. Because most of the people you're talking to, you're not talking to the head of the bank that got the $1 million bailout. Most people you talk to are consumers like you are.
Just working
and they
Joes.
do. As much as they don't want to help you, they do understand they've been in your shoes with another company before.
Yeah.
So if you handle them right, a lot of times you'll get what you want without as much hassle as you think.
My thing is if I know I'm already fucked, then I can give myself a halftime speech or pregame speech before I get in there, not to lose my shit. But I am so bad in the moment. I immediately go, "Oh, sir, you don't have the phone." What the fuck you mean? I don't. Like I immediately. And then by the time I calm down and then try to go the route Jim's saying, I'm just like, it's over. Everybody already hates me at the bank.
Yeah.
But there's a fear with it, though. There's a fear and an overwhelming feeling. In something like a bank, it's like when you go into the Bank of America or Chase, it's like this overwhelming, I can't comprehend how it works. It's too big for me. And it feels scary. So I'm going in with a weird, I can't beat this. It's like fighting City Hall.
Yeah.
And I think that somehow they're right. Deep down, I've fucked up and it's beyond control and I can never fix it. I can never get it back.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of times you can. It's not as hard as you think because you're dealing with just average fucking dumb motherfuckers.
I was having a hard time fucking like sleeping last night because I kept popping in my head this fucking issue that I got to deal with.
It becomes
now.
overwhelming, but it's
And
not.
I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, but it is. And you know,
Dude, it could have been way worse.
Oh, I know.
Could have been way fucking
I know.
worse.
But the thing is, like, I know me and you go back and forth a lot, but there's so many
and then
things
the end
I
realize
truly
that we're
agree
agreeing
with you. Yes, and then we realize we're agreeing.
Yeah.
We've reached a point where the people aren't big enough to do anything anymore about. Like it used to be the old days, the townsfolk in fucking Sleepy Eye, there were Little House on the Prairie people would go to the bank. They'd all get together and go, "Hey, is the bank treating you like?" Yeah, me too. They're fucking, and they'd all march to the bank and go, "Hey, asshole, you're doing this to all our people," and they'd be like, "All right, now, townsfolk, settle down. We'll take care of the problem." Now we've let it get to the point where there's no direct person of accountability. There's a board.
Yeah,
and
there's
shareholders. There's always
insulated.
this thing, this entity that has to be dealt with. It's like, well, we only answer to our shareholders. Well, the board had to discuss this, and then you're like, who's the guy? And then you realize there's not a guy. It's a thing.
Yeah.
And a person can't fight a thing. You just have to kind of go along, and then it became too big and monolithic. So now you're just at its mercy.
Do you send emails? If you go to a corporation like that, like a bank,
is that
any
going?
of them. No. I had one recently with Continental, and I found out the emails of the corporate officers and the president, and you CC everybody, and you let them all see that you've CC'd the other officers,
Yeah.
and then they know that everybody has read this, and you would be fucking surprised. They always get back to you.
Yeah, they'll get back to you. But the amount of shit that you have to go through just to be
you
treated
shouldn't
like a
have to.
human being. That's the thing. I get indignant. Like I shouldn't have to go through this. And
Yes.
I don't know. I had one time when they charged me like $30 to check a bag. And then they ended up. I stood downstairs for
shit.
like an hour and a half before the thing finally came out because they run a skeleton crew on Sundays or some shit. So there's like 4 guys unloading like 20 planes. So I walked in. I said I wanted a refund. Of course, they couldn't do it there. I had to go through the whole thing on the website. And just for some reason that day, I was just determined. I was just like, I'm not going to stop.
I'm following through.
I just felt like they were on the ceiling watching me. Going, Jesus Christ, this son of a bitch won't quit.
He's not stopping.
Yeah, let's give him another 100 yards of shit. Let's see if he'll crawl through it. He's still crawling.
Yeah, why would it cost you the same amount of money for the shitty service? Which, by the way, the $30 a bag thing is ridiculous.
It's disgusting.
But it's like what? But shouldn't that price be based on the service now? They gotta come up. They
Well, that's
can't
why
just be like, hey, by the
corporations-
way, we're just taking $30 from you. We're shaking you down. It doesn't matter if your bag comes out within 5 minutes or 2 hours. Or it doesn't come out at all.
Yeah, that's why. Well, that's why I try to go to small businesses as much as you can because they're still going to have that the customer is always right,
Yeah,
kind of thing.
where do you find that?
When you got to go to somebody who individually owns a business. And what I like about individually owned businesses is there's a justice, because I'm not saying all individually owned businesses are great,
Yeah.
but if you walk in and they suck, you're like, well, fuck you, I'm not coming back, and they go out of business.
And they can't
but
afford
you know
to
you can
do that.
affect them.
You can't
Yeah.
say, well, go fuck yourself, American Airlines, and they'll be like, hey, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well,
we got
that's
90
it.
guys on standby.
Yeah. Fuck. Bill Burr said, all right, mothball the planes,
Yeah.
mothball the fleet. We can't go on.
It's like quitting the NFL. I don't like my car. I'm going, all right, we got 9 million people.
Yeah,
Take
don't
your
matter.
spot.
If you have an Amex, make sure you fucking change your miles over too, because a lot of times with Continental, and they're not as good with American Airlines anymore. So I had a lot of miles that Kenny told me I had to do by September. So check your fucking credit cards. You're going to lose your miles.
Really?
If you have Amex, yeah, make sure you put them in an airline. But I mean, it's a contract, I guess, that's running out.
I did.
Yeah.
I did that with United. United, you know, flying them for years. They called me up out of nowhere. Said I had like a certain amount of days to use my miles.
Oh yeah, United
So
stinks for that, right?
Yes. So I called them up, and I told them, I go, I don't like being threatened. That's what I
Yeah.
said. They said, what? We're not threatening you. I go, yes, you are.
Yeah,
I
that's
go,
a
you're
threat.
telling me that if I don't use these miles by such and such date, I'm going to lose them.
That's a
I don't
threat.
like being threatened. I said, you know what? Take them now. I don't need, you know, just don't call me up and fucking send me a letter threatening me,
Yeah.
forcing me to go to Orlando or some shit that I
Yeah.
don't want to do.
Does United miles run out? I think they do. And now Continental's probably going to have the same thing. I think United sucks.
I'm sure any way they could fuck you over,
They
they
all
will.
suck.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can
It's just
never get the
different levels.
upgrades.
Yeah.
They really are terrible with the miles. It's like, then don't have those programs if you're not going to honor them.
When you think back in the day of the pillow and the blanket they'd bring you, and like flying was an event. It was like, oh, and
People dressed up. The stewardesses were hot. You could say stewardess.
Yeah,
Remember
you
that?
could call them stewardesses. They were all girls. It wasn't some gay guy at the front of the plane. And they had little skirts on, and they were there at your beck and call with a smile and shit. And now it's just they're belligerent. They don't want to fucking be there and deal with it. They're all old bags because they couldn't fire them because they got old.
Listen to this. My girl's mom used to fly for Pan Am.
Jesus, Pan American.
And she told
The
me,
Clipper to Japan.
She told me in the 70s, she was just telling these, like, the stuff that you could, like, people getting drunk and all these crazy stories. And then she said, yeah, in like the mid 70s, like, and she was probably like 25, prime of her life. They had hot pants with basically, you know, the hooker boots on.
Yeah.
And she goes, we were killing them when we were walking through the airport. I was just like, what had happened in those days?
Just a fucking gaggle of sexy stews walking through the airport.
And when was stewardess? When did that become almost like a racial slur?
Oh yeah, you're calling her,
You
you're
can't
calling her cunt. You might as well
Yeah.
just be calling her cunt.
What is wrong with the word stewardess?
No,
What-
we're
what-
flight attendants, because stewardess became synonymous with the short skirt, the boots, the fucking big tits, young girl that's just bending over. Her ass is in the other guy's face, like next to you'd go to the guy next to you and you go, could you order something so I could see the girls? I'll pay for it.
You know what's funny about that is they just kept the stewardesses the same way the Price is Right kept those three girls until
Yeah.
they became like 60.
Yeah.
That's what-
They just have the same stewardesses from the 70s. Yeah.
But steward is not a taboo word. It is weird why that anything with gender involvement.
It's
becomes
gender
a-
involvement, too.
Waitress
That
became.
sucks.
They do it in comedy clubs too. Your wait staff.
Server. I'll be your server. What?
Nothing with gender.
You're a waitress. Shut up.
Unless it's a phony empowerment,
Yeah.
then they want to use gender. It's the same way people use race and religion. When it's a phony empowerment, they're comfortable using it.
Yeah.
When it's anything that identifies their job, they think it's negative.
Yeah, that used to have men or man at the end, and you'd have to put woman at the end. Then they.
I
want
think server is more condescending.
Of course it is.
That's somewhere between waitress and slave.
slave. Yeah.
It's like a woman's. I guarantee you, somebody who goes to a Columbia women's class, women empowerment, would be offended by the word stewardess.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's fine for you to be in a gender obsessed course.
Oh, is this the one, Maggie? Yeah, this is great. Turn the volume up on this. Go back to the beginning. This is National Airlines, one of their commercials from the 70s. Ultra swank.
Oh, I wish I'd lived back then.
You did.
I'm Maggie. Fly me to New York. You'll love my two 747s to Kennedy. Fly me.
You'll love my
Maggie.
two 747s. Fly Maggie. And Maggie's like, she did that sexy thing with her head at the end.
Yeah.
It was all like, that was part of the fucking experience.
How great would it be if the camera pulled back and she was truncated? She had no arms or legs in a wheelchair. Wouldn't that be the greatest commercial of all time? And you realize her body was shaped like a plane? You're like, oh, I get it,
Did you hear that right before you played that guy? I wish I lived back then. And Norton goes, you did. Old enough to be able to do something about that.
Yeah. I remember being a kid, like, flying to California to see my dad and shit like that. And that's when I saw that kind of shit. But
it was something to aspire to. Those people in first class, there was a party up there.
It was a fucking, and it was known as a party. Now it's like, that's why first class became this thing that was like, whoa, first class, that's cool. Now it's just, all right, I get a bigger seat, but I'm still dealing with fucking assholes and flight attendants.
I was on there one time, and you know that shit when you're in back with all the animals, and they go, we have a limited amount of breakfasts. Your choices today are an egg omelet or a handful of bran, and you're like in row 36, and everybody's like, I'll have the omelet, I'll have the omelet, I'll have the omelet. You're like, you motherfuckers.
Yeah,
and then somebody, right as it gets to your row, they give out the last fucking omelet, and they go, all we have left is a handful of bran. Right? You're like, and you're living. So I'm in first class, and they did that. They did it in first class.
In first, they didn't have it.
So they ran out of eggs. So I go, I don't want anything. And then 5 minutes later, the stewardess comes back with magically has eggs. And she goes, yeah, the pilot said you could have his eggs. And I was like, I don't want his eggs.
The pilot's fucking eggs?
Yeah. I want my eggs.
Let him eat.
And by the way,
she's dizzy up there.
She's probably lying, by the way. There were probably eggs that she wanted to eat, and she fucking just had to say the pilot gave them up. Fucking, you want to see about how bad Continental has gotten? I was in first, and the same thing happened. They ran out of the meal I wanted, and now they sell food on the plane, which I kind of like, because they have like these really great snack packs for like $7 or $8, but it's fucking good shit, so you have a bunch of choices. So I fucking said, I don't want anything, let me have the snack pack. They fucking swiped my credit card for $11.
You're in first class. They ran out of shit and then charged you.
I said, you ran out? I'm like, you should be embarrassed. I was so aggravated. She goes, yeah, I know. And then she had a male flight attendant come with her to swipe the credit card because I guess I was considered a problem. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, boy. See? And you know what? They have complete power over anybody that's even mad at something like that, because then it's like, well, ladies and gentlemen, we got to make an emergency landing.
9/11.
Because the guy's mad that he didn't get his food and he's out of control.
But I fucking wrote my email to the head of fucking United for something else that happened.
Jimmy just sitting there in between jerking off at his computer, waiting for his dick to get hard again. And he's like, dear Continental.
No, that made my dick hard. Dear Mr. Smythe. Like, whoa. Me and Kenny had used miles to fly first. We used like 100,000 miles or whatever. But it was a brand new plane, and they hadn't installed the real first class seats.
Oh,
they were shitty, and I didn't want to pay full mileage for that. I wanted some miles back. So we went to this fucking old twat in Newark Airport, and she just was not helpful at all. And that's what, like Bill said, I was like, I'm fucking gonna crawl through this shit because I could not stand that cunt's attitude.
Yeah.
And I got back miles and an apology, and then the next time it happened with the fucking meal, I was giving it to for free, so they might have changed the policy.
What I'm learning listening to Jim is you just have to be that guy who's not going away.
Just never.
Who's not going to curse, not going to lose his temper.
But he will not go away.
I am not going away.
Yeah. And you have to be adamant, but without screaming. And human intuition, they a lot of times know you're right. And when I had that AT&T thing, I said to her, the woman on the phone, who was nice, I said, I didn't realize I had to check and make sure that the phone company wasn't stealing from me.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd been stolen from. When you start saying that to them without cursing, it gets a reaction.
Yeah.
He's good, man. He's got all that.
That is good,
What kind of way is that to run a company?
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm unacceptable. I'm being stolen from.
But they're not.
Yeah.
The more you deal with them,
What kind of shenanigans is this? Sorry.
They're so used to being yelled at and screamed at, and people going, what the fuck? And people not being prepared. But if you're prepared and you speak to them that way, it doesn't always work, but it absolutely helps. And a lot of times they want to help you.
It annoys me to do that. I don't want to have to do that.
Technically, I mean, you need to have credit, but technically you can keep all your money in a safe. If you want to, you can do that. I mean,
but I don't want to. No, I don't want to. When something fucks up, I don't want to have to be on the phone first pushing 1,000 buttons useless fucking menus.
Do you do this?
When-
Operator, please.
Yes.
Operator, please.
I'm sorry, we did not understand that. And it's like, that is, you hit 0. That's not an option yet. You know, yet it should be in there because they don't give you that operator one until you run through all their other shit. While you wait, let us tell you about. It's like, really? First of all, you could put me right through. It's not while I fucking wait. You're making me listen to a commercial now.
Or they do the thing like, you're going to be your phone call will be answered in the order that it appeared.
Yeah.
Your wait time, or you can go right to online and have a deal dealt with right now. Your wait time is 43 minutes.
Yes.
While you wait, let us talk about some other shit.
Yeah. You use the fucking take the option for the survey too. I find that I don't know if they know you do it. Maybe I'm just convincing myself it's gotten me better service. But a lot of times they'll say beforehand, if you would like to take a survey after it, I would always go, no.
Yes.
But then all of a sudden I'm realizing I don't know if the agent knows that or not. But if they do know it, they automatically know that you're taking a survey about their service. And the companies do look at that shit. Just the way this fucking company investigates every complaint. All those companies do too.
I tell them, like, by the way, what's the menu prompt for the survey? Because I would like to take one after this is done.
I want to start
Thank
recording
you.
the phone calls too.
Yeah,
When
and
they go,
tell
Yes.
this is being recorded for quality assurance.
quality
I'm
assurance.
also recording this phone call.
for quality assurance.
Yeah, I'm having a backup.
I've bluffed that, Bill. It didn't help. I have bluffed that, though. I'm recording as well. They don't give a fuck because they know they're being taped
I'll
anyway.
have your union card. Cramden. Oh, it's infuriating.
You hear so many stories about it, and I think part of it is my own fear of being over. This does not wipe out, whatever the word is, their incompetence, their fucking thievery, them being despicable. But a part of
He's
it.
got all the words.
He does. He's good, man.
No, but I mean, I'm not disagreeing with Bill because they are disgusting. And when you these fucking bankheads are the most hateable people.
No, but
alive.
you just gave them 3 criticisms without dropping the F-bomb. Like that's like the triple Lindy for me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, they're incompetent. They're cunts. Like I can't even get beyond one.
You get one and then just throw the fucking atom bomb at him.
All right, tag it with the F word. This is fucking ridiculous.
I feel like
I get so condescending toward them too. Like they'll tell me something I don't want to hear, and I just start going, "Oh, really? So that's what you're going with here, right? Really?
Oh, I go totally conspiracy theory, and I'm just like, why are you part of the problem?
You're
I'll
part
do that.
of the problem.
Yeah, this is what you dreamed about when you were a kid. This is what you wanted to do. Just steal from people like this.
Yeah. And then Jimmy looks at it
like they have any sort of decision making.
Well, that's what it is. Jimmy looks at it like they're not the people. They're just the working guys behind the scenes, doing that. They're not the scumbags. But I look at it like, that scene in Clerks when they're talking about the Death Star and the workers that had to fix it and they got blown up. It's like, well, they chose to work for that company. They have to take the consequences of me calling them fucking asshole, shithead, fuck you.
Right, but the way Jimmy is looking at it, with that, you have to have empathy for the guy. And what's the sad thing is I totally realize that, and I still, I am so bad. I go from if I'm on the phone and I discover that I'm being fucked with, there's no way I'm gonna be able to keep my cool. If I discover I'm being fucked with and I'm off the phone, and I'll act like a fucking caged lion for like 20 minutes in my living room.
Just back
My
and
dog's
forth.
over in the corner shaking like, is it me? Is he mad at me? What is going on? And then I calm down. Then I get on the phone and I have patience like, I don't know, maybe for 7 minutes.
I do put it on speakerphone. It helps a little bit. Like I have my fucking landline. And holding the phone to your ear when it starts to get hot and you want to bite your fingers off.
It's sweating. Your battery power's down to nothing.
Take it out, or your call gets dropped. Put on a fucking landline and put on the speakerphone. I'm on my computer, and you can barely hear their shit music when they come back. It's almost like I'm just doing my day while it happens. And believe me, I fucking hate them. And I don't have as much empathy as it is. I know that they're my only link. Like right now, I can't get the fucking the director of the board on the phone. He's not coming to the phone.
No, he
so
won't,
this is who
ever.
I have. This is my way in. They can get me to a supervisor. They can eventually help me. And back at that fucking Bank of America, I had the bank president in there with me trying to help me. And he was genuine and sincere.
Probably the janitor. They're like, dude, you got to play the president again.
Yeah.
Get out there. We got some fucking guy.
I even said that to him. I'm like, I can't believe that you're the bank president and you mop and do the windows. He's like, yeah, see.
See, I'm el presidente.
But just him talking to them on the phone, too, and he was getting nowhere. But when you start saying stuff like that, that's unacceptable, and you just start being adamant, and I even said to them, I'm not paying $1,000. You're going to pay it. You're eating this. I'm not paying for your incompetence.
Yeah,
it's not happening.
When you say
That's
you
good,
should get
right?
an award.
When you say it's not
I'm
happening,
not paying for your incompetence.
and I did
Can
say
I
that.
steal that?
Absolutely.
Who thinks like
Who
that?
can say that without dropping an F-bomb?
No.
Because
I'm
I
not
knew
fucking paying for your
fucking
goddamn fucking incompetence, you cunts.
Yes.
I said what he said. It was just on steroids.
He's getting
Hello?
the money. You're getting a click.
But I knew I was right. I knew I was right. And because they said this was enraging, and this is why I was grateful the bank manager was cool. Because I had gone in, and there was a bank employee that sat there with me. They call on a speakerphone, and I got my final mortgage payment, and I paid it. 3 months later, no. So I go back in, and the woman on the phone tells me and the bank manager who I'm in with, says, well, there's no record of your mortgage being closed out. And then I started to go into, thank God the employee walked in and recognized me. He goes, oh, yeah, I helped you last time. I'm like, would you like me to bring the guy in and he can tell you on speakerphone? Don't expect me because your records are not kept properly. And you have to tell
But if
them.
you missed a mortgage payment,
Oh,
the
my
second
God.
you missed it, that would be through all the system. Your credit would be fucked and all
right
that type of thing.
fucking there, 100%. But you just have to be adamant. And again, don't curse, even though I want to.
How about something going on for years when, and I've told this story before, but quickly, I'll tell it again.
Take your time, sweetie.
I turned in my vehicle after a 3-year lease. Payments made every month, automatically, on time.
Sure. Send them a little
right
mint
up
for
to
their
the
pillow.
fucking whatever. Right up to the end of my lease. I go to a dealership. I turn in my old vehicle. I lease a new vehicle. There we
There you
go.
go.
Dunsky. I get a notice like 3 months later that my loan is in default. They're repossessing my vehicle, but it was the vehicle I turned in. I'm like, what the fuck? So now I'm trying to
Just
get
picturing
on
you in
this.
your silk pajamas reading that. You gotta
My
be
word, you gotta be shitting me.
Stocking cap.
You motherfucker. Yeah. It turns out the dealership I gave my old vehicle to and got the new vehicle from parked it in their storage lot and never got it back to the manufacturer or the deal, wherever the fuck they send your done lease.
Right.
So I call up and they were like, well, we don't have any record of it. I go, do you honestly? I go, honestly, do you think I paid my lease off every month on time, even the last payment? Paid off the last payment, and then decided to just keep the vehicle.
And then you guys gave me another one.
And you gave me another one, which I have, right, that I've been paying on time, but I kept the vehicle. Really? Really, you motherfucker? Then that's where I
Was there
make my mistake.
Was there? Because a lot of times, what I save everything from stuff like when it says you paid your lease off successfully or whatever it says.
Yeah.
You save that,
Oh,
but they
of
hadn't
course.
given you anything.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
No, I had everything.
Oh, you did. Okay.
But it had gotten to the credit reporting companies. It got to the big three credit reporting companies, who then had me. I got my credit reports and looked and had repossession of a vehicle on there. My credit rating was shit. And I had paid the fucking thing off.
And how long did it take you to get that
A year.
Scarlet A?
1 fucking year to
Right.
get it off, too. It never got off the third one. As far as I know, it's still there on the one of them. They would not take the repo off.
Why?
Who knows?
Did you talk to them?
Yes.
And what was their answer? Would
They
tell-
didn't have one.
When you say that-
did you? I sent them. They go, what you need to do is get a letter
Can you
from General
sue them?
Motors.
Can
I
you sue them
should
for that?
sue everyone.
I'll sue you for ruining my good name.
Yes, my good name.
I'm an upstanding citizen.
I had to get a letter from General
they've
Motors.
heard I sue you before.
Oh, I know.
Bank of America, here's the language I use with them, because I said that. I'm like, I don't want to get my attorney involved, but I will.
Oh, see,
I'm
that's
not
good.
paying this
It's not
money.
sue, it's get my
Attorney. I'll
attorney
get my
involved.
attorney involved if you want to deal with him, because they've heard I'll sue you. That's
Yes.
reactionary. I'll get my
Yeah.
attorney involved.
He's unbelievable.
That is good.
Jim, you should
Fucking
give
guy.
a seminar
You
just
should.
to every angry cunt.
Yeah.
who's out there.
And believe
Yes.
me, I have the same hatred and the same anger for them. I don't want to interrupt, but to say sue you, they've
I
heard.
don't want to get my attorney involved.
But I will.
It's perfect.
That's like the "you complete me."
Yes.
Of,
phone calls to scumbags.
That gives you that's Chinatown right there.
Dude, sometimes none of this works, by the way. I acknowledge sometimes
I know.
none of this
Oh, that's got to be
works.
infuriating when it doesn't work.
Because then you just go fucking cunt and hang up on them.
I had to get a letter from General Motors, 3 of them, to send off to the 3 credit reporting companies, stating that I did indeed pay my debt in full, on time, and the fact that they didn't get the thing back had nothing to do with me. I gave it to the credit reporting companies. 2 of them, it was wiped clean, fucking disappeared.
You had to cancel checks and all that. I mean, not cancel check, the cash
everything.
checks.
And the one credit reporting company, they just never took it off. I sent them the letter. I sent them everything. And they said, oh, we got that. I go, it's not off. Okay, well, yeah, we're going to work on it. It was always they're going to work on it. They're going to do
How long did you stick with them?
A year.
Do you get names?
kept calling.
1 fucking year.
And you
get
finally
names?
said, fuck it.
I finally said, fuck it.
Do you
Yes.
get names of who you talk to? Every time you
gotta
call.
get names. He's right.
First thing you
part of
do.
this Jim Norton seminar.
Dude, first thing
Get
you
names.
do. I write down, to whom am I speaking to, please? And they understand why. So-and-so, I write down the name and the time. It sounds crazy, but the next person you talk to, because you will have to call again. Look, I spoke to Bill Tetley at 5:50 p.m. Why has this not been handled? This is who I spoke to. And when you get a list of names, you still have to make the calls, but it helps a lot because they know that you're legitimate and they know you're prepared.
Yeah.
But when you're just screaming anonymously into a fan,
I
it feels
love
like
screaming
get their
anonymously, though.
fucking names.
Yeah.
Always
that's
get
how
their
I
names.
screwed up with my cable company.
Yeah.
They had my internet just craps out on me like every 3 days. And
Get Fios, Bill.
I always gotta sit there and reset the thing and I just would always deal with it like it doesn't work in my bedroom. My wireless doesn't work in there, and I'm just not a guy who fucking is. I'm out traveling. I don't have fucking time.
Yeah.
So I call when it gets absolutely ridiculous. I will call. So finally, like for the 6th time that year, I have to call up and I'm flipping. I've called like 6 times. Well, who did you talk to? We don't have any record of it. I go, do you think I'm just like making this up?
Yeah, I'm lying. You're
I'm
right.
not trying
you
to
caught
get.
me.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get any money out of you guys. I just want this thing fixed and blah 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 blah. And they go, sir, we keep impeccable records here. And I go, and what is what? You just say you keep impeccable records, so therefore you do? I also keep impeccable records. Right up here in my brain.
They didn't want to hear that.
Yeah. Who did you talk with, sir? I don't know. Well, I can't help you. So you're saying because I didn't get the person's name, now you're telling me that the phone call didn't happen. So you're basically saying that I'm lying to you.
Yeah, they're calling you a liar.
Keep the bill in front of you, and if it's a bill, you write down on the problem bill who you spoke to, and it's almost like you feel like you're getting something done when you do
you
that.
have a rosary too?
he's crazy.
Do you eat
No.
those candies with like the jelly in them? You have like the patience of an 85-year-old woman.
But I'm not
He's
patient.
sucking on a Werther's
Dude.
while he's waiting.
Dude, I blew a fucking 3-pawn lead in chess and fucking Friends with Chess, and I bit my fucking arm so bad I almost had to go to the hospital. I don't have patience, but you feel like you're accomplishing something.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's a tangible thing. Like it's not as frustrating.
Jim's in his house coat with a girdle. Big fuzzy slippers. I'd like to talk to the man in charge.
And you know what? You say you feel like you're accomplishing something. When you think about it too much, though, you realize what you've accomplished is getting back to square one. You're where you were supposed to be in the first fucking place.
Sometimes
you didn't accomplish anything. You just got back what the fuck you were fucked out of.
But I've almost always part of the problem is we get so like as much as technology is a pain in the ass, it spoils you, and I forget to check. Like Bill said, I don't always check. It's like part of it is my responsibility. Because years ago you went over a checkbook. You went over. My mother would go over it meticulously and subtract and do everything, and she knew exactly what we had in the
Balance
bank.
the checkbook.
You don't do that anymore.
No.
So if I did that every month, if I went over my checks, which the bank gives me a thing to go over my checks, if I did that system, but with the technology, I've gotten lazy. So part of it is I don't check my own shit either.
Yeah.
How hard was it to get caught fucking around with your taxes back in the day when everybody had a ledger?
The ledger.
Yeah. Now they
the
can,
books.
just,
My
now they can just
ledger.
break into your computer and see exactly what you're doing. But back then, you're like dusting.
2 sets of books.
Do you know?
You got 2 of them. Yeah, I'll take one off of there.
Yeah, and the only thing you had to do, the other one was like in a different closet down the hall.
Yeah,
like
same house.
Yeah,
same
how are
room.
they going to find it? You really want to dig through my entire house for my other ledger?
Well, I guess he's on the up and up.
Do you know in Facebook this big lawsuit that's going on? It's like a $50 billion lawsuit or $25 billion. They're going over the computers of the one guy and they're doing forensics on the computers because it's $25 billion at stake. And they said they found on one of the guy's computers a contract, like that had been deleted, encrypted, that was signed a certain way, and they think that they might have got. It's amazing what they can do when they want, because they know they're using every bit of technology in a $25 billion fucking
I'm going to
case.
sound a little like Bill here. You know that the computer companies, with that delete and shit like that, they know it's not deleting anything. Even the programs that you buy that supposedly wipe clean the programs and files.
Yeah,
If
why
they
can't
wanna
you do
get
that?
to it-
Why does everything get stayed?
They always
stuck
find
on your
it.
hard drive. Yeah, it's like nothing. It's whatever you did, it's there.
It's there. Pieces of it are there, enough to put together the puzzle, you know. But like those shenanigans, like they're not in cahoots. Yeah.
This guy just shooting a fucking AK-47 out the side of a
guy's
Toyota
great.
Prius.
Oh, I actually have that. It's an MP5. Oh, look at him. Oh, I got that pistol.
God damn.
Crazy bastards.
Look at this. These
are the guys that are taking over.
Yep.
May we won. Let's shoot in the
Sharia
air.
law, good.
Yeah, yay.
That's
Life
what
in
I would be
Libya.
doing. I'd be having a great time. And you just know we got 3 days. 3 days R&R
3 days
before
of
this
partying.
before the tribes come in. This is all going to go.
He's wearing a Yankee hat.
That's funny.
Boy.
Everybody looks like Vladi Divac.
And I love their weapons. The guy had a pipe, what amounted to a pipe, in the back of a Toyota that explosives would fly out of. Hey, why not?
It's hardcore.
But seems like they're winning.
Hey, if you guys-
yes, we do have reads.
break?
We'll
Okay.
Take a break or
I
something.
got to pee.
Yeah. What was that, Bill?
There's a YouTube video. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Somebody sent it to me. I saw that they already showed it on Tosh.0, so I didn't talk about it on the podcast. But have you seen that the pervert game show host?
Oh, with the kids?
Kids,
The little
yeah.
kid. Did you guys see that behind the time?
Kissing them.
Oh, when he kisses that one girl and he goes, whoo-hoo.
And
that
she's
woman
fucking
goes,
like horrified.
That woman goes, the mother goes, dirty old man. That was what a pedophile was back in the day. Stay away from him. He's a dirty old man.
He's a dirty old man. Yeah, that was so
Stay away from him.
fucking like...
He'll fuck you. He's
Yeah.
a dirty old man.
The girl didn't like. The girl was really uncomfortable by him, and
Then he had like some little trick where he would sneak the kiss in.
yeah, he like pretty much took a kiss from her.
Look how he's blocking her with his
Where's
body,
the, what happened to our sound man?
with his big
She
helmet.
has cool hair.
Oh my god!
Look
Look
at
at how
her.
close he gets.
Ah!
This guy is a ghoul.
Wow.
This girl, Leanne.
Oh, look at him
Little
leering
low.
at her.
He is leering. He's
got
got
his
his
hand
arm
on her.
around her. Yeah.
No, you don't. What do you do when you're 11 years old for a date? Where do you go? What are some things you do?
Where do you go?
We just walk home from school with each other.
Oh, you walk home from school with each other.
Does he finger you?
Yeah.
Okay, what category? Do you hand
They have the same hairdo.
That's the mom to the right.
They put it in slow
You
motion.
look like a young lady who likes to give lots of hugs and kisses out, do you? Hey? Hey? Not really. Not really. Can I have a hug and a kiss?
She's like, no. Just biting her fingernail. This is so uncomfortable.
Even if I say and whisper in your ear that Allison, you're gonna win the show,
Holy.
I still can't have a hug.
That's a
and
good
kiss?
message for a little girl.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you can't win the show then. If I don't get a hug and a kiss.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Was this guy arrested?
Dude,
You hear that? That's a good answer. Oh, you missed.
Stephanie, which category?
Oh
the
my
fu-
god,
it's
that
fucking-
guy. This guy's terrible.
Are you shy?
He's trying to kiss another girl.
Can I have a little kiss?
Show is great.
Hello, Uncle Paul. And he goes, ooh.
Show. See, she'd get a whole bunch of right answers.
Yay.
You
Who's
get-
bring their kids on this show, first of all?
Don't too?
I love that he doesn't give a fuck about keeping the game going.
No.
He's like eating up valuable minutes here.
Yes.
A big family kiss. I couldn't get that kiss earlier. Oh. Oh.
And he looks like the mom kissed him on the cheek, and he points at her like,
The kiss, it's the kids. Okay, dear.
What did he just say?
That he wanted the kids.
He said something about like the.
Couldn't get that kiss earlier.
Oh, the mom kisses him.
The mothers are always so easy to kiss. It's the kids. Okay, dear.
Holy shit! What's the history of this guy?
I think he's Canadian.
Is he? I don't mean that.
Perv.
They just stamped perv on
It's
his
not
head.
even, it just said ped.
Did he have any problems later in?
Well, the sex man tells me that he used to be a Blue Jays announcer.
Yeah,
as
he was a
well.
broadcaster for the Toronto Blue Jays, but before that, all he did was children's game shows.
This was the children's
Really?
game show, Just Like Mom. Sure, is what we were watching.
Just like mom. Yeah.
You know what you got to do? You tap them on the back, and when they look at you, you stick your tongue in their mouth.
Jesus, Uncle Paul.
Hi, Billy.
Paul, I haven't seen you in a while.
Sure. Billy's got freckles. I used to like to connect his freckles with kisses.
You're Jimmy's just disturbing when he does this.
He had little freckles on his backside.
How'd you find that out?
I'd open up his cheeks and go, let's see if they're in there, too.
All right, look.
Jesus Christ, Jimmy. And with that.
She was making me very uncomfortable.
You got to kiss the hole. Scratch his feet.
All I want to know is if this guy ever got arrested for anything.
No, the fact that guy was like,
He
you
was
see,
hiding in plain sight.
yeah, he has like 9 different sport coats on there, so that thing went at least 9 episodes.
Yeah.
the fact that he's just sitting there. What if I say you'll win the game?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like he basically was saying, what if I give you some candy?
Yeah, he's bribing. Yeah.
A total of 595 episodes were filmed.
Wow, man.
Over 5 years, so.
Holy shit.
The moms are easy. It's the kids
It's
that are.
the kids that are tough, you know? And the face he made when that mom kissed him, like, ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Old lady,
Old
Brett.
bat.
Always smell like dentures. Like when the breath smells like lollies.
Cotton candy, yeah.
Yeah.
Right there, Uncle Paul.
Fergie Over.
Who's that?
That's the name of the guy. He has a very
Creepy name,
short
too.
Wikipedia page for doing that for 595 episodes.
Yeah.
Likes baseball, fucks kids. End of page.
That guy's horrible. Well, let's take a break. And I got a read to do, right?
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Ugh, I hate reading. Reading sucks.
It's fundamental.
I'd rather just watch TV. All right, we're back in a flash.